All right, this is the strategy that I'm using to trade. So now let's find the currency pair that will analyze, that is clean. On GBP USD, let me add. Let's analyze. Let's analyze NZD USD or AUD USD, and then we'll proceed after with NZD USD. So yeah, this is NZD USD. Let's start with AUD USD. So first thing first that you have to do before you even start looking for entries and stuff, you will go to your day one time frame from the chart and zoom out everything. You will do that because you want to highlight your supports and your resistance. And like, since you know that your support is the area where the price of the chart indicates that traders are willingness to buy, meaning it is where there is a change of a direction from a buying trend, from a selling trend to a buying trend. That is actually your support. So right now I will highlight my support. This is my support right here. So from my current price of the chart, this is where there was a change of direction, where traders were selling, and there was a change of direction from selling to buying. This is your support right here. And right now I'll be highlighting my resistance on the other hand, where the demand levels on the price of the charts exceed the supply. So basically, in simple terms, it is where there is a change of a direction from buying to selling. So that is where is my support. So make sure you cover your wings too, like here. Make sure you cover your wings too, like right here. Don't leave it like this. Cover everything up. So that is my resistance. Right now I will be highlighting, let me write my R, and so this is my resistance, and this is my support. So this is what I have right now. We will do this on day one to highlight the trend of your chart before you even do anything, your current trend of your chart. So here, if we have something like this, the next step that we have to take is to create a channel. To create a channel, you have to have your touch 1 and touch 2. You can have your touch 3, but we'll go there after we are done with this. So this is what I'm talking about. From your resistance, you will have your touch 1, so the higher price where there was a change of a direction, your higher price where there was a change of a direction in your resistance. So meaning on your support, it would be the lowest price where there was a change of direction. So right there you have your touch, 1. That is your touch 1 right there. Let me log, and then make sure that you cover the wings 2. That is your touch 1, and then have your touch 2. So when you have your touch 2, make sure that your trend line doesn't cross like this the chart. So your trend line mustn't cross the chart, but it have to go above the chart, like so. Here is your touch 2, and then extend your trend line like so. Let me highlight my touch 2. So right now we have your touch, you have your touch you have your touch 1 right here and your touch 2. Your trend line didn't cross the charts. I hope we are clear on that. And on your support, you have your same thing again. From your lowest price, you have your touch 1. Let me zoom in so that you'll see. From your lowest price, you have your touch 1, and you extend your trend line and create your touch 2. And create your touch 2 like so, and this is touch 1. So you have your touch 1 and then your touch 2. Your trend line didn't cross the chart, and you don't have your touch 3. The reason we don't have our touch 3 because we don't have a confirmation yet. But since we want to determine our trend, our main trend for the chart, for this chart right here, so we will have to see what did happen for this trend right here to going up, or for this trend to start going down, or for this trend to start going up. So what we'll have to do, we have to identify our touch 3. It is compulsory at this point. We have to identify our touch 3 to have a identified confirmation on this day 1 chart. So let's start. We said we have touch 1 right here, and we had touch 2 right here. So we will use this touch 2 as our touch 1, meaning that is our touch 1 now. And let me move this, what is highlighted there. So let's focus on this touch 1 now. This touch 1. Let's focus on this touch 1 now. And we have our touch 1, and let's look for our touch 2. Let's make this our touch 2 and then extend our trend line to see if we have our confirmation yet. Our confirmation, it will be something like let me try to draw you this so that you will see. So our confirmation, it will be our trend line crossing a candlestick body, and then a second candlestick that will be formed after our trend line have crossed this candlestick body. Our second candlestick that will be formed, it have to be formed outside this trend line. Then after this second candlestick is formed, then you can enter, and your take profit have to be the price that is on touch 1, not the price that is on touch 2. But if you want to target a price that is near touch 1 or before touch 1, you can use the price that is on touch 2 as your take profit, if it is usable as your take profit. I hope you understand there. Let me try to explain again. Let me delete this. Let me try to delete this. Alright, so your confirmation on touch 3, I said your trend line have to cross a candlestick body on touch 3. Let's say your trend line have touch 1 here and touch 2 here, and on touch 3 your trend line have to cross the candlestick body, and the second candlestick that will be formed outside the candlestick that will be formed following this candlestick that was crossed by a trend line have to be formed outside this trend line. It doesn't have to touch this trend line. So let's delete that. After it is done forming outside then you can enter here and use this price that is on your touch 1 as your take profit. If your target is not this price, then you can use a price that is on touch 2 if it is usable, because sometimes your touch 2 can be like right here, meaning you entered on the price that is on touch 2. Let me delete this and show you something again. So let's say you have your trend line and then touch 1 and touch 2, and then on a touch 3 there is touch 3 right here, and then the second candlestick that is formed but is have a wink that did touch a trend line. So if you have something like that, modify your setup or modify your analysis, meaning you will have your touch 1 here, and then take your trend line, this trend line, and then use this touch 3 as your touch 2, as your touch 2, and here is touch 1, and use this candlestick that did touch a trend line, and use it as touch 2, and then extend it and wait for touch 3 again. While doing this, you will be expecting to enter right with the buys, but while doing this, make sure you do the same thing from your support again, meaning you will have touch 1 from your support and touch 2, and then you will be trapping the chart in between to see if there is a confirmation for a sell or there's a confirmation for a buy. If there's a confirmation for a sell, same thing again, use your touch 1 as your take profit, or use your touch 2 price as your take profit if it is usable. And same thing again on where you are looking for your buys. Make sure you use your TP2 as your take profit, TP2 price as your take profit if it is usable, and use for touch 1 as a take profit. So that is basically it. Let me delete and try to do this what I just explained on the chart now. Let me delete. And I'm done deleting. So this is what I see on my chart. This is what I see. I do have my touch. Let me try to get this error. I do have my touch 1 here and my touch 2 here, and here there was no confirmation, and I just explained the confirmation that your trend line must cross a candlestick body. After that, the second candlestick that we perform have to perform outside. So right here, a trend line just crossed the candlesticks, not even 1 but 2, so there's no confirmation for a buy, and meaning we will use our touch 3 that is right here as our touch 2, and then extend a trend line. And if you can see, there was no confirmation again. There was this was our touch 2, and this right here was our touch 3, where there is no confirmation, meaning we'll keep on extending our trend line. Let's say we leave it right here, there is no confirmation again. This is our touch 2 and touch 3 right here. You see the trend line did cross the candlestick body, but the second candlestick that was formed was not formed outside this trend line. It did touch it, so we'll use that as our touch 3 and then extend it, and still there's no confirmation. Let's continue going up until we find the confirmation. So we have something like this where there's no confirmation. We have something like this where there's no confirmation, meaning there is no confirmation for this buying trend. Let me leave it like this, and we will have touch 2 only. We will have touch 2. Let me copy, and then we have like something like this. But if you can zoom in, we will have something like where we did get our higher price right here, and if we did you take this as our touch 1 and extend this like, and our touch 2 was going to be right here, and here we have no confirmation right here. If we take our touch 1 right here, and let me highlight this, since our touch 1 is now here, let's add our horizontal line here, meaning that is our target price on touch 1, and our touch 2, let's make it here on that candlestick, and then we have something like this. And if we zoom in, there was no confirmation 2, meaning we will take our touch 2 and use it as our touch 1. Let's use it like this. So for now, we want to determine our trend on. So this is our touch 1, and then this will be our touch 2. Our touch 2. Let me zoom in so that you'll see. And this is our touch 2, and our touch 3 was here. This is our touch 3. And on our touch 3, we did have a confirmation. Our, oh my god, our trend line on touch 3 did cross a candlestick body right here, and the second candlestick was formed outside this trend line. And what happened after was this. About our stop loss, let me not forget about our stop loss. So we could have entered here, but it is on day 1. For now, we want to determine a trend, so we could have entered there and use your stop loss as your you can take your support price or your second touch from our support as your stop loss. So we could have used our stop loss as this candlestick that was on our touch 3, and our target price was going to be right here. Let me add a new target price since we have changed it. Was going to be right here on touch 1, and this is what happened. If we entered here, there was a pullback, yes, but it did take our profits. So with this that I'm doing, I am showing you how this does the strategy work, and I'm trying to determine a trend, a trend of this chart that is right here. So on from our support, we have our touch let me take this. We have our touch 1 and touch 2. So why there was a change of direction? So this was used as our, this zone that is right here was used as our resistance. So let me extend it, meaning there are possibilities that there will be a consolidation on this zone right here, or a change of direction on our future movement from the chart. So let me add my touch 1 from my support and try to identify what happened. We have our touch 1 right there, touch 1, and then let's use this as our touch 2, and then extend our trend line like so. This is what we have now. This is what we have. Let me zoom in. We have our touch 1. Let me add this. we have our touch 1 right here and our touch 2 right here. So let me do that, and let me change the color of this trend line and use orange, so that would be easy to see what I'm talking about. So we are using this orange trend line, and our touch 3 was right here, and right here there was no confirmation. If you can see, there was no confirmation at all. So let's try again to use this our touch 1. Let's use it as our touch 1, and then search for our touch 2. If we used this as our touch 2, then there's no confirmation on our touch 3. If we use this as our touch 2, there is a confirmation. If we use this as our touch 2, this right here, this candlestick right here, on touch 3 there is a confirmation, and I could have entered here, but for now we are looking for a direction of a trend. So we are expecting this trend to go up, so we will take this and use it as our, this is where like we entered, and our stop loss should have been here, and our take profit is going to be our touch 1. So on a AUD USD right now, what we see is that we have a current downtrend. If we create this channel like this, we have a current downtrend. So right now this is what we have on AUD USD. We have a downtrend, and if you have seen that, or if you have saw that you have a downtrend or a uptrend, make sure that you work with what you see on a channel. So for now, for me, this is what this is the channel that I have. So on this channel I have a downtrend, so this is the downtrend that I'll use to enter and analyze everything. So let me delete everything, but on your side you don't delete anything. You can like select an object and go to settings, and then that object should appear on day 1 time frame only. So when I go on H4, I won't see that that object that I have used. Let me go on H4. I won't see that channel that I was using. So yeah, let me go back to day 1 so that I'll delete everything. Let me remove everything. So now I have identified my channel, right? So that will be, my direction of a chart. So I have this, and I have this, and before the current market price that is still happening here, I had this, something like this, meaning my chart had a confirmation for a buy for my day 1 time frame, but it is not complete yet because this second candlestick is not done yet. Once it is done forming and it have been like created outside this trend line, then I will confirm that my trend will be going up, will be changing the direction to going up. But for now, I will create this and highlight my touch 1, my touch 2, my touch 3, where we are still waiting for our confirmation that we see. So this is what I have. So let me try to check if there was another confirmation, touch 1, and touch 2, so there was no confirmation here, and I'll delete this. And on this channel on day 1, I will go on H4, since I have let me go on right now I'm on H4. Let me set this to appear on let me go on H4. Right now I'm on H4 right now. So I'm on H4, and on my H4 this is what I see. Let me try to zoom in. On my H4 this is what I see. So this is the analysis for my H4. On my from my day 1, this is the analysis from my day 1. So on my H4 I see that's the analysis from my day 1 have broke this channel. So right now what will be waiting, there is a possibility that it will be going down from here, and then going up until it reaches this trend line. Once it reaches this trend line, what is possible for this chart to be doing is it will be going from here and then touching the trend line and then going up again. That is what we call a last kiss. A chart when it's going back to retest and then going up, that is the last kiss. You can use this as your second confirmation. So most of the time the chart doesn't do this, it just shoots up, and 50% most of the time again it does this. So you can use this as the last case as your second confirmation. So since this is what we have, we know that the chart will be going down, but not for the longest time. The chart will be going down. Let me try to zoom out. Oh my god, my chart was just zoomed in, so I was analyzing AUD, USD, alright. So this is what we had on H4. We know that our charts will be going down for now. So since we already know that our chart will be going down to retest for a last kiss, don't forget that our target is on day 1. It's on touch 1. So since we know that it will be going down for now, our chart to retest here on B, on our trend line, then we know that we will be expecting to go short. We'll be expecting to go short. From H4, since you already know the direction of the charts now that it will be going down, you'll be going to H1. To H1, we'll be analyzing for entries. On H1, you will be repeating the same thing. So from where your chart broke, use that as your support. From where your chart broke, use that as your support right here. You can use it as your support. You can use this as your resistance. So right now you will have something like this. The reason I'm starting my support here is because there is a possible change of a direction. From your support, you have your touch one. You can even put your touch one right here or right here or right here. For now, let me just put it here. I have my touch one, and you extend your trend line like so. For now, we will wait for this candlestick to be done forming so that we'll be able to use it as touch two. And then from your resistance, you have your touch one, and you don't have your touch two. So for now, we will wait. So we'll have something like this. Let me say our touch two. Let me say this candlestick is done forming, and it creates something like this. So if it creates something like this, then we will take this and use it as touch two, which will be here, and then taking our trend line from the support and use this candlestick as our touch two right here, and then trapping the chart. So the chart will be bouncing from here or here. It will be bouncing in between these channels from your support, from your resistance, and from your support, up until it creates the confirmation. If it creates the confirmation right here, which will be on touch 3, then your target price will be here. But make sure you enter on H1. You have to analyze on H1, do the same thing since you already know the direction of the chart. So for now, the direction of the chart that we know is that it will be going down for a last case, since it has the change of the direction already. So it will be going down for the last case. So what I'm expecting is a confirmation for a sell. So I'll be going short, then my take profit will be here on my touch one. So that is what I am basically expecting. So let's do this now on our NZD/USD. So now we already have the idea of what we are doing. So now let's do the strategy properly on our NZD/USD. So we start on day 1 time frame to check the direction of the chart. So here on day 1 from NZD/USD, we have our resistance where the chart was failing to break before, and where there was a change of a direction. We have our support again. This is our support. Let me cover everything. And we have our support. So our resistance, then our support. From our support, we'll have our touch one, just like I've explained before. We'll have our touch one from our support from here, and then we have our, let's check for our touch two. Let's say we use this as our touch two and then extend the trend line to see that if we have a confirmation. And you see that on touch 3 we didn't have our touch 2. Let's use this as our touch 2 and then extend the trend line. So you see that we have our confirmation if we used this. And from our resistance, let's do the same thing before we even continue. From our resistance, we have our touch 1, and then let's say we use this as our touch 2 and then extend the resistance. So there is no confirmation on touch 3, and let's use our touch 3 as our touch 2 to see if there is a confirmation. Let me do this, and then we do it like this. From our touch 2 and touch 3. So we have a confirmation, but we have to we have to let our charts breathe between your touch 2 and your touch 3. Make sure there are candlesticks or something, but make sure your charts did breathe, so it doesn't have to leave like one candlestick before you have a confirmation. Like you have your touch 2 and then one candlestick and your confirmation, so that can cause your chart to have a pullback. So you have to let your charts breathe. Yes, here there was a confirmation and your charts did go up. So if you have something like this, don't enter. You have to let your chart breathe. Maybe have 2 candlestick on day 1, or maybe have 3. So meaning we didn't use this, but we continued to modify our setup. Let's use this as our touch 2 and then extend our candlestick. So if we use this as our touch 2 right here, and we did let our charts breathe here, so you see that at least there are 2 candlesticks right there. And then on your touch 3 you had your confirmation, and then after your confirmation, this is what you had. This is your confirmation, and then there was a change of a direction from the chart, and then it did go down, and here on B it created your last kiss and then started going up again. Let me highlight this so that it will be easy for you to see. So here there was your last kiss, and then your chart started going up. So what I did say is that you take profits have to be on your touch 1, but if your touch 2 is usable, you can use it as your take profit, meaning your take profit can be here. But on this case, obvious, our touch 2 was not usable, and on day 1, remember, we are checking for a direction only, not for entries, meaning you didn't enter right here, but you did so that your chart from the last case will be going up. And then meaning we did have a smaller setup from the last case. We did see everything, and then we entered, and then our charts did go up. So right now at the moment, this is what I have. So what you see, you will highlight. So right now what we see is that the chart is busy failing to break this price, meaning this is our second resistance right here. Let me do this. This is our second resistance, this small resistance right here, and then we see that it is busy consolidating between that second resistance and this second support. So we have a second support too, second support, it is consolidating between our support, second support, and our second resistance. So what we are waiting for right now is the chart to break this. Let me use my arrow. What we are waiting for now is the chart to break this second resistance and this support that is busy consolidating inside. I hope you see, this is the resistance, second resistance, and this is your from the last case, this is your second support. So the chart is busy consolidating in between, and we are waiting for it to break this resistance and support. So if it happened that our chart does break the support, let's say it breaks the support, on how you will see that there is a price that you can use as your take profit. You will measure the distance from your second support and your second resistance, and take that distance from the entry where you entered, and take that resistance from the entry where you entered, and use it as your price. So meaning you will have something like this. Let's say now we are measuring, this is the distance from my second resistance and to my support. So you will take that price, that distance I mean, from where your chart broke the supports, and then put it like this, and then that will be your take profits that you will use as your target. And if your chart did break the second resistance, you will take the distance from your second resistance to your support, and then take it, let's say it breaks right here the second resistance, and use that price as your take profit, that is right here. So that is basically how the support and resistance works if you are trading with the support and resistance. So right here we are doing like price action, so we have to apply that. So our entry will be let me zoom out my chart. So our entry will be when we have our charts after it broke our second resistance or second support. So this is what we have on day one time frame. So we will use this for now. We will use what we have. What we have is that our chart is busy consolidating between our second resistance and our second support. So what we'll use is the second support and second resistance as our main resistance and support on H4. Let's go on H4. On H4, this is what we will use. We will use our second resistance and second support as our main resistance and support on H4, and then we will have our touch one from the resistance, and then check if there is a confirmation. If we use this as our, or this as our touch 2, we didn't have a confirmation. If we use this as our touch 2, this right here, this was our touch 1, this was our touch 2. So on our touch 3 we didn't have a confirmation, meaning we'll continue modifying our charts. If we use this, we didn't have a confirmation. If we use this, it didn't have a confirmation. So you basically see that we don't have a confirmation on H4. So we'll do just this, and from our support we'll do the same thing too. So we'll do this. We have our touch 1 from the resistance, and then we have our touch 2 from the resistance. From the support we have our touch 1, from the support we have our touch 2. At the moment we don't have our touch 3. And then for the entries, so all right, before the entries, what we see is that the chart is busy bouncing in between this channel that I created from the support and from the resistance. So it is going like, and then like, and then like, and then right now we're expecting it to go up right now, since it is coming from the channel that is from the support. We're expecting it to go up, but we don't know how far it will go, because it can be going from here to consolidating up until it touches this channel from the resistance, but we're expecting it to go up. So right now we have the direction that it is an uptrend on H4, so we're expecting for buys only, meaning we'll go down to H1 where we take our entries. If you want to take like sniper entries that are clean, we will use M15, but for now let's use H1, and then on H1 you highlight what you see. So what I see right now on my H1, I have my resistance on H1, and then I have my support on H1. So we're basically doing the same thing, but reducing our time frame up until we get our entries. And then on the resistance, let me write this so that it will be easy for you to see. This is our resistance, and then we have our support down below. We have our support right here on H1, remember. So from the resistance we have our touch one. Let me highlight our touch one that we have. This is our touch one from the resistance on H1, and then we are looking for for touch 2. So if we use this as our touch 2, then we extend, we don't have a confirmation. If we use this and then we extend, we don't have a confirmation. If we use this right there has our I'm trying to get an error. If we use this as our touch 2 and then let's extend our trend line, we don't have our confirmation. But if we used this candlestick right here as our touch 2, we have a confirmation. But remember, I said if we don't have like more than 2 candlestick between touch 2 and touch 3, that's, you shouldn't take that as a confirmation, because the chart didn't breathe to even create that confirmation, meaning we will continue extending we'll continue modifying our setup. Let's use this as our touch 2 and then extend our trend line like this. So this is our touch 2 right here. Let me zoom in so that you will see. So this touch, and then look at our touch 3. What's happened on our touch 3? This is our touch 3 right here. On our touch 3 we had a confirmation. So our trend line did cross a candlestick body and didn't touch any candlestick after. And the second candlestick that was formed, this was formed outside this trend line, and then we entered here with the buy. Our target price, if it was possible, it was going to be touch 2, but you see that where we entered was already the price that is on touch 2, meaning our target price should be touch 1, which is on our resistance, which will be this price that is right here. Now to add your price, you will have to add your horizontal price, then your horizontal line, this line right here, and then here is your price that you will take and use it as your take profit. So right now we're expecting the chart to go up. If I saw this earlier, I could have entered where there was my confirmation, meaning I could have entered here, and then let's put this, we could have entered here, and then the chart we're expecting for it to go up, and then our stop loss will be just here on our support. So remember, this is our H1, not day 1 time frame, meaning it is good. So this is our setup that we have, and at the moment, another thing, so here, remember what I explained, that it is 50-50 if they can be a change of direction like right here and then your last case. So right here on our confirmation, we didn't have our last case, meaning this is what I was talking about when I say there's a 50-50% chance if your chart could have a last keys. Right here there's no last keys, and what I see right now, I will be analyzing. What I see is that there will be, make sure you highlight everything that you see. The chart is failing to break this price that is right here at the moment, and it have created a mini resistance there. If we can go on M15, that we will use that as your main resistance on M15, but we won't go there. And here it is failing to break this price. It have failed here, and let me use this to highlight. It has failed to break this price here, and right now it is failing again. And here on our mini resistance, it had failed to break this price and this price. So what we see is that the chart is busy consolidating in between, from here to here, from there to here, from here to here, and then it just goes down, and from there we are expecting it to go up or break this price totally. And if it breaks this price, remember you have to take the distance in between that mini resistance to mini support and use that distance. Let me straighten this. You have to take that price between your mini resistance. Let me use this to highlight, to point the price in between this mini resistance and mini support. This is the distance in between. So this distance, you have to take it. If it breaks this support, you have to take it like, let's say it broke right here, and here on this price right here, you have to use it as your take profit, meaning you will use your horizontal ray to determine your take profit. So, and if it breaks the mini resistance, we will have something. We have to measure the distance in between, and then let's say it breaks the mini resistance here, and you will use the price at the end of your mini measured price. Like, you will have to use it as your take profit if it breaks that mini resistance. So right now what we are seeing, this is the chart that it is consolidating in between these mini resistance and mini supports, and we're expecting it to break this support or break this resistance that is right here. So we don't have our entry. If I can go back on M15, like I said, that on M15 you will use this mini resistance and mini support from H1 as your main support and resistance. But on M15, if you can see, this is what happened on M15. This was your touch 1 and your touch 2 was right here, and there was no confirmation. But we are not scalping, meaning we won't use M15. On M15 there was no confirmation. So that means we created, there was a channel that was created since there was no confirmation, and then same thing on from here. There was your touch 1, and then let's use this as touch 2. There was no confirmation on touch 3. We left it like that, and then we created the channel, and then same thing again from touch 1, then touch 2. There's no confirmation. Even if we use this as touch 2, there's no confirmation, meaning we'll leave it like that and create a channel. So that will give us some good future predictions. And right here, touch 1 and touch 2. Let me show you. We have touch 1 right here and touch 2. We can't use this as touch 1. There is no wink where we will place our trend line, so we can't use this as our touch 1. And then we have a channel again. So now what we have our touch 1, which is from the current the current candlestick that is being formed right now. So we can't use this as such one, but once after it is done forming, we will use it as such one. So this is what we have right now. This is what we have, and we have two things that we are expecting. We're expecting the chart to break this support, meaning it will be going down from here to here. And if it breaks this, if it doesn't break this support, then it will be going up, but we won't enter because there is no confirmation from this chart one. If there is a confirmation from this chart one, then we'll enter with a buy. But for now, since there's no confirmation, we won't enter, even though if it doesn't break this this support that is right here. If it breaks this main supports from our M15, then our target price would be from here. But we can enter with the buy, and then our target price will be our touch, will be the price that is on our touch one from H1, which will be this price that is right here. If it breaks here, then our price can be right here, and we will hold. And our stop loss have to be right under our mini support, our mini resistance. And if it breaks here, our stop loss will be just above our mini support. So that is basically the strategy. Right now I could be entering with a buy if there is a confirmation, if this is happening, this is happening, or this is happening. Let's check our NAS 100, and then we are done. And then we are done with the strategy. So this is my NAS 100 analysis. So let me go back on day one. On day one, this is what I have. On day one, this is what I have. I have my resistance, I have my support, I have my price that is on my chart one, which is my targeted price. And then even here on my, I didn't add this price because there was a confirmation, the price that is on my support, which can be my targeted price. If it breaks this this touch one, touch two, and then it breaks here with the touch three that have a confirmation, then I will enter with the sell. But for now, this is what I have. I have my touch one, my touch two, and then my touch three right here. But let me zoom in so that you will see. On my day one, remember I am analyzing for me to see a trend, for me to see a trend, if it is bullish or bearish, if it is going up or going down. So this is my touch 2, and here there is no touch. Then here is my touch 3. This is my touch 3 and my confirmation. Let me zoom in so that you'll see again. And then here is my touch 3, and then the second candlestick that was formed outside. Then there was a last case, here was the last case. Then that is a confirmation that my chart is going up. But I didn't enter because for now I'm just looking for a trend, if it is bullish or bearish, if it is going up or going down. So I created a channel. This is the channel where the chart is busy bouncing in between channel and then the channel from the support. And then here I think I entered with a buy because the chart did broke this touch 1, touch 2, touch 3 on my H4 or H1. But for now we are here. This is where we are at. From here, what I saw is that the chart is busy consolidating in between, but I think I saw this on H1 or H4. But after I had this channel, I highlighted that the chart is going in between, like you see, in between this channel right here, and then I moved to my H4. On my H4, this is what I had. This is what I had on my H4. This is what I had on my H4. Oh yeah, this previous confirmation, it was on H4. There was my touch 1, my touch 2, and then here was my confirmation. All right, and then after this I entered, my stop loss was here, and then my take profit on my touch 1 was hit, my take profit on my touch 2 was hit, and then yeah, that was it. But for now, let's focus on what we have. On what I have at the moment, the chart is busy failing to break this price right here. So I highlighted with my mini resistance and I highlighted with my mini support. So for now, the chart is busy bouncing in here, and here I created the channel. This is the channel where there's my touch 1, touch 2, and then I extended my trend line. I'm waiting for my touch 3. If there's my touch 3 here, then will be my TP1 and my TP2. And if there's a confirmation here from my touch 1, 2, and then there's a confirmation on touch 3, then will be my TP1 if I can use that price as my take profit, and then this will be my TP2. At the moment, I'm still waiting for a chart to break this. At the moment, I'm still waiting on H4 to break this mini resistance and mini support. So let's go down on our H1. This is what I have on my H1. So on my H1, all right, it have broke this. So on my H1, my chart was failing to break. Before, it was failing to break this price right here. So I just created this mini support on my H4. So right now it has broke this mini support. So if I saw, I could have entered, but I didn't see. So this was the distance between from my mini support to my mini resistance. And then if I take this, let me try to zoom in so that I'll be able to take this. If I take this distance from my mini support to my mini resistance, so the Nasdaq is going down and up until it reaches this price. So I could be sending this signal into a VIP group for signals. So Nasdaq will be going down from there where it broke this mini support. This I could have used this as my this price. Let me show you. I could have used this price as my stop loss, and then this price will be my take profit. This price that is right here will be my take profit. So let me do this. So for now, my chart will be going down. For now, my chart will be going down. If I can go on my M15 to see what happened for this trend to have a change of a direction here, to be starting to go down. If I go on my M15 to look for my clear entries, my sniper entries, I will do this, and then I will just use this wing here. You see here there was this wing, and then there was a change of a direction up until this second wing was formed from here. So I'll have something like this, and I will have my touch 1 from here. This will be my touch 1 from here, and then I will check if there is a confirmation on my touch 3, and then I'll have something like this. All right, I find the confirmation very easy. Here's my touch 1, here is my touch 2 on M15, meaning I'll be scalping basically now. And here's my touch 3. On my touch 3 there is a confirmation. On my touch 3 there is a confirmation. My trend line did cross this candlestick body, and second candlestick was formed outside, meaning that is a confirmation, meaning I could have entered here with a sell and hold up until it reaches this price that is here on my touch 2. Let's see if I could have entered here, what could have happened. I could have entered here. My stop loss could have been here on this support right here. Boom. Let me do this to highlight my stop loss. Yes, that is my stop loss. Yep. And then my take profits could have been right here. So you see that what happened is I entered here, the charts was playing with my emotions all over, and then from this candlestick it just went whoop and it hit my take profits. It hit my take profits, and if my take profit was on my touch one like this, still I could have been holding. Then there was a pullback here. Remember, it is H15, so there's no huge pullback, and then it is going down right now, but I could be closing right now if I see my trade. If I didn't see my trade, I could be holding up until this touch one that is right here. So yeah, that is it, guys. But while you are holding and you see that your trade is in profits, make sure you move your stop loss that is here to here. You see, to here, and that is what I call to lock your profits or to lock your position that is running with the profits. So that is basically the strategy that I'm using to trade. If you have any questions, make sure you send me a message via Skype or via WhatsApp or via Instagram, but make sure you send it via Skype if you was taught by me the strategy, so that I will be sure to host some sessions to explain more what is going on your chart or what you see on your chart if you have your questions. For now, I'll be entering this Nasdaq. Let me check. For now, I'll be entering this Nasdaq trade that I see on this setup. So we have done USD JPY. We have done what? AUD USD and AUD USD and NZD USD. These are our setups. Let me go back on day one. So these are our setups that we did on NZD USD. But when you need your entry, make sure you break it down to H1. It will be easy for you to see your entry. And then we have done AUD USD after NZD USD. On AUD USD, we're still waiting for our last kiss. Once our last kiss is done, or once our chart breaks this mini resistance, then we'll just enter, because that will be our confirmation to buy. And in our Nasdaq, we are still good. We're still good with a solid sell. So we are still waiting for our chart to be going down up until this price, because there is a confirmation. There is a confirmation right here. There's a confirmation, and on H1, our chart broke the mini, because our chart broke the mini resistance. So this is the distance between mini resistance and between the mini support and mini resistance. So this is the distance, and our target price is actually right here. So for now in Nasdaq, I'm entering with a sell, and my stop loss is right here, and my take profit is right here. So yeah, guys, this is the strategy. Peace.